10% bullet size, 10% bullet speed. I'm gonna go with bullet size. I hope that affects Prismatic Devil's projectiles. I think it does, but it's one of those where it's like you really can't tell. 10% is not actually that much, especially with like the smaller spells. The larger ones definitely feel like they're bigger, but I'm not sure. Okay, so we've got a lot of enemies all over the place, and I've taken some amount of damage here, which is not good. That's okay. I'm trying to pick up the mind rune without picking up the heart, because I can hold on to the heart for a little while, especially because we have the boosted healing from the doctor trait, which is nice. Also need to remember to actually use Frost Blast, because I don't know, it's one of those that's like, if it's not a direct attack spell, I actually have the tendency to forget that I even have it, which is kind of obnoxious. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to use. Right. I might as well just use it all the time. There's no reason why not to. You can't hold it down though. I actually have to press it intentionally, which does kind of suck. Well, at the very least, we got another health rune, so it doesn't matter that much. Okay, it's just, come to think of it, I can use the frost, cone of frost. I forget what it's called specifically, but I can use it to clear groups of enemies. And projectiles, or not projectiles, impediments specifically. It's actually pretty good. So I guess one other thing that I could do is rely on, you know, Frost Blast and do the double shield, and then use, you know, it'd be really nice to get Dark Wind as we go along. Because if I can get that, we'll be in a very good spot. Okay, yeah, now that I'm using Frost Blast, it's actually getting a little bit easier. I don't even know where that water rune came from. It just kind of looks like we pooped it out. That's not a comfortable thing to see. Nope. I keep using my class ability without even realizing I'm doing it, which is probably for the best. I should use it a heck of a lot more than I do. There we go. Is that it? Yes! After killing 50 enemies, gain 2 HP permanently. The other ones are not as useful. But soul absorption, best thing ever. So, if you notice on the right side, we now have a little thing, and when that fills up, we get an extra 2 HP. Let's pick up all of these. We got a lot of shock runes. So, like, as it stands, I feel like, I don't think there's a lightning shield ability, but yeah, I feel like just pouring all of these shock runes into this spell seems like the most viable thing, and I will save extra, just in case I could potentially get... well, I'll save the entropy runes just in case I could get double Prismatic Devil. Not entirely sure if I want to do that, but makes more sense. The other thing I can do is pump all of these water runes into Ice Storm. It's not Cone of Cold or anything like that, because that gives me a lot more flakes at the very least. Now, we're 1 rune away from Mindlessness, and we do have the triple. So, have I done this before? No, I haven't. The other... I have no reason why not to. Let's see what happens when I get triple light. Wish. Fire short-range beam of light. When the beam hits an enemy, the enemy emits an aura that increases your cooldowns and damage. Huh. It's got a very short cooldown, actually. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to see if I can use it frequently enough. It might actually make a good replacement spell for something. Ow. Oh, jeez. That's pretty nuts. I'm trying to think of how I want to do a build based on that, because the thing is, the buff is more useful than anything, but it fits the whole short range thing fairly well. Also murders things fairly effectively. I don't know. I guess really I should just kind of point my finger. Ow! I should just point. Okay, I'm just going to keep my fingers on all of these, and I'm just going to use all of my... Wow, this takes a fair amount of finger movement. Oh well, no big deal. So this way, I'm just firing off 4 shots at once, and it's probably, honestly, the best way I could possibly do this. It does definitely wreck through a bunch of enemies. Oop, Rumbler. Don't get close to the Rumbler. At least not while it's underground. But yeah, this way, I at the very least am firing off all sorts of things. And it works. Okay, so let's see. We got Triple Mind, which means I'm going to make mindlessness. I'm going to put it there instead of sprint. Goodbye, Chaos Bolt. Don't need you. Now, okay, it's the A button to use mindlessness, which is good. Because that's fairly easy to reach without, you know, messing up the rest of my mojo, and I don't have to worry about aim that much. Now, I would probably want to replace some of my spells, at the very least, I'd like to replace with Dark Wind. If I could get double Dark Wind, that'd probably be best. Because the thing about, like, the thing about the light spell that I'm using, and the thing about Ice Storm, is while both of them are nice, they're fairly short range, but if I had double Dark Wind, I'd really be able to just fire off stuff in a direction and just clear out groups of enemies while I come in as a Wrecking Ball myself. Then again, ooh, there we go. There's our Fire Rune, so we can potentially do... a freaking bandit. Yeah, we can potentially do the Wrecking Ball. Because I do, in fact, have enough. I'm going to have to get rid of a spell, though. I'm not sure which one I want to get rid of. Sprint? It seems risky to me. But then again, we are past Blazia, so chances are we're not even going to need Sprint at this point. Let's get Flame Devil, put it there. Put that there. Store Ice Storm, goodbye Sprint. I have no idea if that's a good idea or not, but I guess it'll have to do. So the thing about this, doesn't do much damage. You know, I like the idea of Wish, but I don't think I'm going to hold on to it right now. It's a good primary attack, but I think I'm going to get rid of it. Because Sprint potentially is going to be really helpful later on. Maybe. I don't know. But now, once we get all of these, and hopefully I can get a bunch more air runes, because if I can get a... Ooh, Jesus. We look pretty nuts. Yeah, if we can get a bunch of air runes, then we can have really heavily reduced cooldowns on the spell, on Flame Devil, at which point then we can be a really solid Wrecking Ball as opposed to like a partial one. Okay, so we've got the Shrine of Destiny, and let's use Mindlessness and get in here. I don't want to get too close to him because the Shrine of Destiny does a fair amount of damage, maybe, kind of, sort of. I actually don't know. Well, whatever. This seems to have worked out substantially, well, worked out pretty damn well. I'm actually really happy with this, because anything that gets close to me dies. Okay, so Knowledge Room, health packs, or, probably gonna go with that one, just as kind of like a not get out of jail free card, but close enough, right? Sort of. Well, that's not actually what I wanted to do. Oh well, doesn't matter that much. I've got plenty of health runes. The one problem is with the way I hold my sticks, sometimes I press them in and it's not good. I guess I probably shouldn't actually run from my enemies. I should probably bowl right into them because I always stop short even though I am the Wrecking Ball at this point. Okay, so honestly, this build is pretty much complete at this point. The only thing I would say is, you know, Dark Wind would probably be a nice addition just for the distance on it. And, you know, Ice Storm is actually doing a pretty good job. And I'm pretty much using all of my abilities at this point. I should probably just go get a piece of tape and tape down the triggers. That'd actually be really convenient. I might actually do something like that in the future. Oh, looks like we got one more event room, which I believe is Spirit Wrangler, which might or might not be a good idea. I don't know. We'll see. At the very least, I can just run into the hunter, the Wisp Hunter, and murder his face. Okay, this one is very low on health. So at the very least, well, we got this going for us. I just need to focus on murdering him first and foremost before trying to get the wisps in. And I should be fine. I'm trying to get multiple at once, but wrangling these wisps is hard. Okay, so we could do knockback or movement speed. I'm going to go with movement speed. We need that in terms of clearing distance, and it's probably for the best. Okay, where's the convenient health rune? Health rune. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to stop calling them health runes. Oops. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of backtracking, but I only need one, and they'll boost us up to full health, going on to level 5. which is nice. You know, it's kind of nice actually being able to, you know, pick my build here. The first, 10, 15 runs of this game were always just like trying to figure things out. And now that I know everything, well, it's a little bit easier. So do we want shock levels? It would boost our... No, let's go with defense. Because we are... I'm in for the long haul, and survivability is useful. We're about to actually get another extra 2 hit points. And realistically, if I can get that ability a second time, that'll actually put us in a really good spot as far as fighting enemies goes. Because if I can... Essence of air, what are you even? I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh yeah, if I can get a second one, it gives us 4 health per 50 enemies killed, which is pretty convenient. Because that puts us right where we need to be. Okay, so, that's not very useful. Honestly, most of these specifically are pretty worthless. Because I don't want to do damage dampening. That's kind of useless. Especially, let's just go with this. It's probably the least useful one we have available to us, but it's probably the only one I can go with. We had a little bit of a speed boost from it. We got an event room. What is it? I think it's the track. Shrinkify! I can deal with this. Suck it! It's whatever, I'm fighting. Lots of treants, apparently. I honestly don't know where my other enemies are. Am I done? No, I can't be done. There we go. Now I'm done. Movement speed. Yes. And, hey, the treants are no longer bothering me. And apparently this room dropped a lot of health, which is nice. Okay, let's go into a buff room. I think it's actually a penalty room, which reduces my bullet speed. Oh well, that's no big deal. So realistically, things are actually working out fantastically for us. I'm a little bit surprised that this build actually worked as well as it did. We're running into a bit of an issue here. Let's use mindlessness. We got a triple? Well, not above getting a second one of those. Oh, geez. What is even doing damage to me? Oh, there's another wild... Oh. Wait for the shields to dissipate. Stretch my hand out a little bit. Get the health rune. Actually pay attention to what I'm hitting. I was just destroying them because they looked like destructibles to me. Because, well, all my shielding, kind of distracting. So, let's go in and figure out what we got. So we want to put the fire rune into Flame Devil, because the extra damage and the extra speed is going to be useful. Entropy. I'm going to put the entropy into this. I honestly don't know what the bias does. What's Earth Light? Oh, we already know what that does. What's Earth Double Dark in Rage? Puts me into a rage, but only allowing the casting of your click spells. Huh. A long cooldown, short duration, but it's a 50% damage buff. That's nuts. Alright, Sprint. Goodbye, Sprint. And here's the thing. Can I boost up the duration anymore? Yes. Putting Earth Runes into this boosts the duration by a fair amount. And putting Dark Runes in boosts the damage buff by a substantial amount. Damn. Okay, so I'm actually going to put Double Lightning away. I want to actually see if this works. Because 80% damage boost is pretty nuts. So, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. Let's do Doctor. At this point, our stuff is going to be really high. So, what this is essentially going to do is double the damage of the Wrecking Ball. Oh, don't want to piss those guys off. Which is risky, but at the same time, potentially really cool. I just need to remember to use Mindlessness first to continue my boost. Okay, so I think the answer is it's actually a bad idea. I would rather just use Mindlessness, I think, because we took a fair amount of damage there because I had to rely on the shields, which was not good. So let's switch it out. It was an interesting idea, and honestly, I could see that being really useful for... Oh, that would be great with a Nova build. The Buff Nova. The Buff Nova. I don't know why that's funny to me. But yeah, if I could have a buffed up Nova build, that'd be amazing. Because if those did double damage, anything that even walked remotely close to me would just flat out die. That's an attractive prospect. So let's use mindlessness and just kind of run in and destroy. Because we got a lot of health runes saved, and looks to me like we're actually gaining a couple too. So we got that going for us. And all we have left is a crawler. Beautiful. Yeah, come on, heart. Being right next to that. So realistically, this build is kind of BS and kind of janky. And yes, there are things that I could probably be doing to make it better. But at the same time, it's working out in a very interesting way. Realistically, chances of making it to the last boss actually kind of low. But at the same time, makes me happy regardless. And honestly, I like experimenting. If I just did the same thing every single time, you guys would probably be bored as hell. I mean, you might like it. I don't know. I would like to also try one of these builds with, with Lights Nova, the Nova Devil, where it's essentially the click spell, quote unquote. Wow, I think I got hit by every single one of their hits. Yep, every single one of them. Whatever, doesn't end up mattering that much. Hey, we get a free health too. Holy crap, that heals us like half of our health. So, realistically, doing a Nova Devil would be kind of fun, because that would give me... That would essentially make anything that gets closer to me just have serious issues, which is pretty attractive. And we don't actually have any more places to go. So we could get a triple combiner. More defense, more HP, more movement speed. I'm going to go with defense. I like the idea of getting... No, I'm going to go with the triple. The entire point of this game is to learn more things, and skipping a triple, which are pretty freaking rare, in favor of something else seems irresponsible to me. So I could go... I want to put the mind runes into mindlessness. That buff is too good to be used any other way. So I have dark light. Prefer to use the shocks on... I'm trying to use the runes that I actually have uses for on the spells. And pretty soon I'm not going to be able to put any more shock in there anyway. So I guess earth, light, speed. What happens? Dark calling. Tiny energy. Teleports the first enemy onto it, causing a temporal displacement damage, since traveling through space hurts. What's the cooldown on it? Half a second. Interesting. It does damage. I'm trying to figure out what specifically it does. So I guess the closest enemy? Let's try it. So goodbye Enrage. You're a cool idea, but I don't think I'm going to have a use for you right now. Question is, do I want Ice Storm or Shock? I think I want Ice Storm better, because I can get more bang from my buck out of it. And let's see. Oh, it doesn't actually do damage to Destructibles. That's a little bit disappointing. Oh well, let's just continue churning through everything. Use mindlessness. No. There's got to be a use for it, but I don't like it thus far. So I guess it's getting thrown out the window fairly quickly. Let's switch back for Shock. Ideally, I'd like to get a slightly longer range spell, which is why I keep saying Dark Wind, but honestly, I would prefer to actually hold on to my air runes for the time being, because those can go into this. Arena! Hey, I haven't done an arena at this high of a level. Ooh. Ice Phoenix. Cursed Being. I don't think I've run into most of these guys. +3 Bandit Ace. Jesus. Stone-Eyes. He does a lot of... Oh, there are two of them. Well, at the very least, I can kind of avoid everything. That actually worked out pretty well. So because knockback is worthless. Let's go with Fire Rune. Jeez, I want that spell, whatever the hell it is. I want it bad. It's probably like Earth and Entropy, something like that. Oh, and looks like it's a bunch more Earth-eyed. So whatever that spell is, it's got to be something that I could probably make fairly soon. And we get another triple combiner. So I'm gonna put the Fire Rune in there, and then we're gonna do water, water. Right? No, I'm gonna hold on to it. Seems irresponsible to hold on to a triple like this, but at the same time, we are actually relying on Ice Storm a fair amount. Even though I keep actually taking it out of my build, it's a pretty good damage spell for what we do with it. Okay. And also, seems to go a hell of a lot farther than it used to. So, yeah, it would be a terrible idea to not buff that up. Because, I mean, look at this spell. It clears out all of the rocks for us. I like that. So, hopefully we can get some more runes that we don't need immediately, so I can do another triple, because I would hate... Well, there's something around here that's putting off large amounts of something or other. Well, let's use mindlessness. Oh, well, that was a fair amount of damage. Let's see if I can take her. Jeez, she's wily. Okay, so, class synergy. Whenever you use your class ability, all other cooldowns reduced by 5. Tempting. Status... Ooh. Okay, whenever I have a status effect, I gain 20 armor. Because honestly, I'm probably going to have plenty... Wait. I'm always going to have a status effect from mindlessness. Yes. 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 That's damn fantastic. Okay, I mean, there's a short period of time when I don't have it, but at the same time... I think it's going to be pretty fantastic. Oh, Chaos Knight. You're messing me up here. Messing with my mojo. Okay, managed to get out of there relatively unscathed. And realistically, considering we have triple Doctor and the health buff thing, this is going to be one of our halest and hardiest builds I've ever had. I'm trying to hit these guys. Oh, mindlessness. Might as well. And, oh, it was a level 2 Stone-Eyes. Go figure. I was wondering why I was taking a fair amount of damage from him. And looks like we've got a storage room. So what I'm going to do, pick up the shock rune, go all the way up here, all the way, all the way, all the way. And we're going to go pick up that heart. Might be a little wasteful here, but at the same time, nope, not wasteful, but pretty much as close to full health as I can possibly get. And we've got... oh, we got speed and 2 light. So I'm going to go in here. We're going to do speed, light, light. Not sure what this is. Mediate, or meditate. After charging for a duration, receive an armor and movement speed buff. So armor buff 30%. Interesting. It's kind of a long cooldown. Well, I'm going to keep it around for a bit. I don't think I'm going to use it part of this build. But we're going to put the shock rune in double lightning, water rune in ice storm, and go and fight the boss. Who are we fighting today? Burnakai. I don't think I've ever run into this guy before. Well, at the very least, we get a fair amount of armor boost from all of this. So, ideally, I can just churn through him fairly quickly. Damn. That's a lot of damage. I'm not... Okay, so it looks like whenever he switches phases, he goes invulnerable for a little while. So I think at this point, I'm actually going to rely on Ice Storm to do most of the damage here. Let's buff up mindlessness. Actually, let's just hang out next to him for a bit. Ow. Okay, don't get hit by the bouncing orbs of death. They hurt. And realistically, I'm in a bit of a pickle here because... Oh wait, the shield's gone. Let's just... So I think what I'm going to do is build up charges and then charge him for massive effect. And let's mindlessness again, get our armor boosted. And realistically, I am being... Ow. A little bit risky here. There we go. Okay, and he should give at least 1 or 2 hearts, so it should be good. That was interesting. Yeah, he had a chaos shield on him that I did not like the looks of. Increase our luck, pick up items, reduce cooldowns. I'm gonna go with luck. Not entirely sure what that does, but at the same time, we don't need anything else. Let's go up to full health, and then let's probably just clear the level. Now, why? Because A, we might die actually within the next couple levels, and B, we don't have any runes, and I'd very much like to actually complete a triple here. I would love to know what that chaos spray is that those guys use, because it looks fun. Okay, so realistically, we've beaten the second boss. So that puts this run officially into I'm happy territory. I also want to know what that spell is. It's pretty nuts. But, we're going to be going on to the third stage, third level. I don't know what you want to call it. I guess floors 6 through 9 I call tier 3, because tier 1 is, you know, starter stuff that honestly isn't the most interesting. Tier 2 is what we're currently on, which is, you know, the kind of interesting stuff that I have a fair chance at beating. And then tier 3 is the scary stuff that usually results in death. So we've only got like 2 more rooms to clear. We don't have any hearts sitting around, which is actually a bit of a concern, because I'd prefer to, you know, leave tier 2 hale and hearty. That said, might not get that chance. That's a miniature voidling. It's, yeah, it's interesting. I don't think I've ever actually run into those. Or, no, I've definitely run into them before, come to think of it. No health, though. Damn. Oh, avoid the fire zone. Don't want to get hit by that. So, I'm really hoping that one of these enemies drops a heart. Ow. Well, he did. Ah, he did. Beautiful. Oh, we get 2 hearts, and this is the last room we can go into. So let's break the last of these things. Get literally no runes. Wow. Yeah, we actually had a heart to spare. But that means we can get out of here completely full health, and that's what matters. Just hope I can get some runes on the next level, because I'd really, really hate to die with,